G'day guys, Duckville here. We're going to have a Terran versus Zerg here on Xel'Naga Caverns. This is one of the maps which has been very popular actually in the 1v1 circles. Lots of maps have been going on, lots of matches, sorry, have been going on this one in the GSL as well. We've seen some really cool games on this one, so hopefully today we'll see a nice little game here between these two players. We've got Killer, very cool name there, very original, that sort of thing. He's going to be the Zerg player down here in the bottom left. I'm not sure, I'm pretty sure one of the Korean pros, as in one of the SC2 pro players, not the Korean Brood War player Killer, has the name Killer. I can't actually remember who it is. I'm pretty sure there is one. But his opponent today will be the Terran up here, GracePros. Grace is a really good player up there in the ladder, and he's got a whole heap of games up on playxp.com. If you want to go and check them out, there's some really cool replays that he's got up there, all sorts of stuff. So if you're a Terran player and you think you need to have a look at the way you're playing, and perhaps you want to see something here from the Korean side of SC2, go up there and onto playxp.com and have a look at GracePros and have a look at how he does things. So initially today we're going to be seeing him just get the standard sort of racks at the wall, probably going to get a supply depot over here just to make sure it's fully blocked off, and he does do an attempt there to kill off that drone before it can actually get anywhere else, and the drone is actually going to try and escape. No, he's not. He's actually just going to sit here in the base causing some havoc, but he's going to be scouting out exactly what Terran's doing. He's going to look to see, there we go again, there's that kill with the SCVs. That's actually something that you need to be really careful of in your games when you're playing, is just to be really careful of when your scout actually runs in here. So it's important to make sure you're on top of that. But just having a look down here at what Killer's been doing meanwhile, he's actually got a spawning pool and the hatchery down here at the natural on, both of them were on 13, I believe. He has tried to get rid of this SCV, but the SCV has just survived and is now going to go to work on this hatchery, so you better watch out. That hatchery might be dead in the next few years. But just obviously on the strategies and tactics used on this map, this can be a very troublesome map for Zerg, just because of the way that you can get a bit funneled up here in these sort of regions like this. And then of course siege tank pushes can be really good to cover these sorts of regions across here, to secure your third and the gold if possible as well. But also a lot of the time you can get Hellions. Blue Flame Hellions have been seen sometimes on this map running in the back here, either through the grass that's over here, just coming across and burning up some of the drones, and then sometimes even running into the main. But you can also see Banshees as well, because this is very sort of, it can be really hard to get to Banshees if they come in the back here and they're protected by this sort of, this no land zone. Obviously the caverns down there with their funky little lights and that sort of thing. And it looks as if we may actually see something with Hellions here from GracePros. He's got a couple of Marines out. He has got an SCV coming down to scout again. He's going to see a couple of Lings are out on the map, just doing a bit of control. Interesting little, just a tiny little micro thing there. You may have seen that these Zerglings actually run around the back of the SCV to try and make sure they had more time to hit it if the SCV was to run around and try and actually run away. But either way, it did actually escape somehow. The SCV doesn't actually know where to go though, because the wall is still up, so he's not actually be able to get home just yet. And there is the Hellion. So there is a Hellion on the way from Grace, and he's got these two Marines just out patrolling, make sure they're keeping an eye on things. And we've got these two Zerglings on this watchtower here as well. I think Grace is going to come in here. No, he's not. I thought he was going to come in here and try and get rid of this Overlord, which would be really good. He may actually be going to do that. The Hellion, meanwhile, is actually coming down here to the Xel'Naga watchtower. Grace needs to get some micro going on this guy because he's got two Zerglings to deal with. He's actually might be losing it. No, he's not. He just cleans it up. The Overlord, meanwhile, is going to be in a bit of trouble as well. Grace needs to move these Marines just down here. There you go. You should be able to get that one. And that is really going to hurt Killer. He's just lost an Overlord there. He does obviously have two in production. However, he's going to need just obviously extra to get that Overlord back. We've got the Lair Tech is going up now as well. We have Link Speed is on the way, I think. I'm not really sure what we're going to see yet. This could be just some sort of Baneling play, because, or I would presume he's going to get Baneling. So he hasn't really got, he's only got one gas at the moment, just this one gas here. And he's got these speedlings just running around trying to cause some havoc. We got 3 Hellions here. We've got no blue flame just... Oh, we do have blue flame. Sorry, I didn't actually see that. And these Hellions are going to come in here and save these Marines. The Marines still survive, and another Overlord is going to go down here. It does indeed, and we've got, once again, just a little bit of Overlord trouble there from Killer. He's going to need to be a little bit more careful, but what he's doing at the moment is getting out a whole heap of lings because he knows that these Hellions are going to come down here and give him a little bit of heat, of course. But the Hellions are really being well microed there by Grace, and he's doing a great job keeping on top of these lings to make sure that they do not run around and be annoying little Zerglings that they are. But it looks as if the Zerglings pick off one of the Marines and then now going to come down here and just have a look. So he needs to, Grace is going to need to just make sure he can control the Overlords, as he is doing really, really well. Another Overlord dies there, but we've got 2 Spine Crawlers coming down from Killer, so he's just going to get them up to defend that natural expansion now that he knows that there's some Hellions running around the map being really, really annoying. And we've got this Natra going up from Grace as well. So Grace is going to be catching up with the income shortly. As we can see, he's just slightly behind at the moment. He's going to obviously be able to pump that up with some mules shortly. And he does actually do that shortly. He is, interestingly, way behind on SCVs. He's actually 11 SCVs behind. It can be expected that that can happen in a Terran versus Zerg, but I'm just actually surprised that it's that much. But either way, let's have a look at what Killer's doing. He's got a 3rd hatchery going up at the natural expansion. This is going to be used to pump out a lot more units once it is up and running, and it looks as if he's going to be thinking about taking these rocks out to get down to this expansion here as well. And he does actually have some tech on the way as well. There's the Banelings. We've got a Spire as well, because as we can see now, once these gas go up, I would have thought, as you guys know, I'm not actually a fantastic Zerg player, but I would have actually expected, if it was going to be very heavy on the mutas, cancel that. We've got some Hellions running in here, roasting up drones. They do get in here. These guys, this guy's got 6 kills, and that one also has a few. But the medevac is the only one who's going to escape that, apart from these drones, which didn't escape as well. Some of them did, and some of them didn't. We've got a few left over here at the main. But a nice little drop there on the side by Grace, and he's going to be able to do some more damage there. We do have some mutas now coming out shortly from Killer. He's going to have them coming up soon. Just quickly back to what I was saying about the gas. I would have probably expected the gas to be on the natural, actually, to be a little bit quicker, but I don't know. I'm no pro at Zerg, but we'll see how we go. Great creep spread here by Killer. He's doing a great job getting these creep tumors out. We actually have something like 1, 2, 3, 4... There's like 6 active creep tumors spreading out around the map. So he's going to have some really good map vision, and also the presence there with units being able just to run around really quickly. And he's actually going to catch a Viking off guard here, but he is also going to spot that there is a force moving down from Grace. He's going to have 3 tanks. They do have siege, I believe. Yes, they do. And these Marines have stim as well. So this little push is going to be interesting to see, because Killer doesn't have a massive ground force. He does obviously have the mutas though, so he's going to need to be very